rapping the similes, all these metaphors, punchlines, fancy flows, rhyming double time with a humble mind. I get my ego and attitude from my homies in various competition that tend to brag when I stumble flying.
You know what? Okay, so now I got a problem. So my problem is not even with Wayne. Now my problem is with Nightline. So now I think y'all are a bunch of fucking assholes because y'all knew why he did that. So then why did y'all cut and snip that part and then try to air that like that's what he was doing?
And that was everywhere too.
So now I'm like, fuck Nightline, fuck ABC, fuck the fine ass interviewer, but not in a good way. That's bullshit.
But you already know, man. It's media. They want the story, and that.
Welcome to another episode of Dead End Sports.
Dead End Sports. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
The Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Shout out to Chicago. Hey, I just did 2 shows on there, so you know, and I'm sleep deprived. But anyway, yeah, this is Dead End Hip Hop, not Dead End Sports. This is Dead End Hip Hop. I'm Ken. This is Ralph. This is B. This is Mike C-Town. We're here to talk about Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's back in the news. But real quick, if you like this video, you like all the stuff that we're doing, you like the consistency of it, show your love, man. You can do a one-time donation. You can become a patron, a monthly patron. Yeah, man, and just do that. We appreciate the love that you guys give us on Twitter, but you know, just any type of support is good. And yeah, if you like it, just drop $1 or $2 in there, and just show that, especially for the hard work this man do with the editing and stuff. So it's well deserved, and we thank you. Lil Wayne, I didn't see this. Oh. Q sent this to us. I was actually, funny enough, doing the show with Q. And it was like, he's back, and Lil Wayne did it.
Oh, that's who sent that to us?
Yeah, it was, shout out to Q. It was in an interview that he did with Nightline.
ABC,
Yeah.
That shit was on ABC.
Yeah.
Like national television.
National television.
Yes.
And basically he said that Black Lives Matter doesn't connect with him, and don't come at him with that.
Like, what is?
He's like, I'm a rich black nigga. If you don't think that Black Lives Matter, then like, why am I a rich black nigga? That's why he was saying that. You know what I'm saying? So obviously he thinks Black Lives Matter because.
Why was he on Nightline in the first place?
Okay, so I saw a little backstory thing. So you know, Wayne doesn't do many interviews, and he granted Nightline 3 years access. So all of this info, like this interview started like 3 years ago, like just following them, you know, just getting a life of Lil Wayne. And then it all culminated with this interview 3 years later. Basically, Wayne was just like, yo, I ain't no politician. Why the fuck is you asking me all these questions? So I don't know, man. Like Wayne.
I didn't know he walked out the interview.
If you watch the actual Nightline interview, he ended up walking out. So they showed the clip on Twitter, which got all that buzz. That was basically the extent of the interview. I mean, it was just a little, like what I saw was, it was going well at first. He felt some type of way when she said something about his daughter.
Yeah, because she tried to relate, like saying that, you know, you use a lot of vulgar terms and this, that, whatever, and you got famous and rich off of this. Like, how would you feel if somebody said those same type of terms to your daughter?
And at that point, that's when his mood changed.
Yes, that's when it went left.
Because it looks kind of crazy if you look back at the whole thing. It looks like, damn, he just
out the blue like
out
that?
the blue, he just started acting crazy. You know what I mean?
It turned to the left, but I didn't understand Wayne's reaction.
But you know what? And it's see, I didn't know all of that. All I saw was the clip. And if you guys remember, that's what I told you guys. I was like, Wayne has a tendency to be an asshole like that in interviews when he don't want to do an interview. He'll actually get to that point where he'll just say whatever.
Right.
And just
that's what
agitate
it seemed like.
the interview.
And that's what it seemed like.
Because, and many people were calling him out on this shit. They were like, yo, like.
You said Black Lives Matter at this concert.
So maybe he was just being a smart ass.
I think he was. I think for the most part he was being a smart ass.
Even if he wasn't being a smart ass, I personally don't give a fuck about Lil Wayne's opinion, you know, as far as Black Lives Matter goes. I'm not surprised with him being a hypocrite. I'm not surprised that he was just saying Black Lives Matter not too long ago. So, yeah,
he was, which was after he did another interview where he claimed to not know what it was again or something like that. So he's going kind of like back and forth. A lot of people care about
why are they concerned with Lil Wayne's opinion about social issues?
Because there are people that will attach Lil Wayne's comments or use Lil Wayne as an example of us being able to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Being able to what?
Make it like, oh, look at Lil Wayne. Listen to what he's saying. He got through.
I would be more concerned with, like I said on Twitter, I'd be more concerned with these fucking racist Trump supporters using him as an example of the see he gets it. That would be the only thing that I would be concerned with, which is what they do. You know, they find the one or two black people that say something stupid, and then they parade them. Look, you know, be more like this guy. He pulled himself up out of the mud in his bootstraps, and he's doing it. Yep. He gets it. Nah, he doesn't get it. Either one, he was being a smartass, or two, he was high. So
no, he wasn't high. I think
that's what I'm saying. Either he was being a smartass or he was high. If he was being a smartass, whatever, or both. I don't care.
How is he being both though? Because if you saw the same thing I saw, he was perfectly fine. He was very cohesive. He was speaking like regularly. Like it wasn't until she like pushed his buttons when he just like, you know what, that he started cursing. Like he wasn't doing it at first.
Even for Wayne, this did seem a little stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's on ABC.
Yeah. Out the blue like that.
Like, come on.
I'm sorry. I'm just not. Call me jaded. I'm not looking to Wayne for this kind of
type of
commentary. I'm just not. And I personally, I kind of feel that it was a little fucked up that they even asked him a question about that. Like, why are you talking to Lil Wayne about Black Lives Matter on ABC? Mm-hmm. Like, that's seriously like getting the fucking dude in the shower cap with two teeth and asking him about what's going on. Like, no.
Well, she was referring back to the thing he did on seeing Sports Center, was it?
I think it was.
What did he do on Sports Center?
Was it with Skip? Yeah, it was Skip. Undisputed. Yeah.
Undisputed.
Because the first thing you said, you were like, let me see if motherfuckers defend this. And I think that was something that you said. Yeah. And that's how it related all the way back to that when he kind of.
It wasn't just like an out the blue thing. She was referencing that interview.
Oh, okay.
But still, let it go. Yeah. Like, it's Lil Wayne. I'm sorry.
I feel like she's giving him an opportunity to clean it up.
And he just didn't. But
at that point, he was like, I'm ready to check out.
Right.
I'm ready to get out here. I'm whatever. He's being asshole Lil Wayne.
Yeah, he's being a rock star.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was necessarily that, but you know, I think to be that dismissive, just about the Black Lives Matter movement, which, you know, as everybody pointed out, you were propping up a couple of months ago. Like, it's almost like you're flip-flopping. It's very, it's he's being a hypocrite about this whole situation. And I don't know, man, to get on national television and to act like that, so now you're an angry black male that's being belligerent, you know, you're dismissing, you know, Black Lives Matter, and you're cursing, and then you're saying, look at this white guy's filming me, a black guy. Like, dog, like, you're removed from all of this stuff, which kind of goes back to what you're saying. Why the fuck are you asking Lil Wayne? You know, he clearly has said that it doesn't apply to him. The rules don't apply to him.
And that was when he sounded coherent. Right. And he wasn't trying to be a smartass. That was his genuine feeling. So why are we still asking him these questions?
Right, when he was on Undisputed.
Probably because he started doing the concert saying Black Lives Matter all of a sudden.
But here's the thing. When he did that concert, I didn't read it as he was really being like Black Lives Matter. It was like he was mocking it, or he was kind of making a joke out of it because he was laughing, and it was part of like a call and response type of thing. So I don't think Wayne has ever been this big proponent of Black Lives Matter. Sure, he has lines on songs where he's saying, you know, the cops didn't do this, the cops didn't do that. You watch these people drown during Katrina, but
that was a personal situation that directly applied to him in his city.
Exactly. Yeah. So that still goes to what he said. If it ain't got nothing to do with me, I'm not really worried about it. So fine. If that's how he feels, great. Can we move on to something else? Ask him about his fucking music. Ask him about his latest tattoo. Ask him how's it feel to be off a lean. Ask him questions that pertain to him. You know, ask him about Birdman, and then let's move on. Stop. And then you people that are mad about it, like, what do you fucking expect from Lil Wayne? Like, why are you turning on a Lil Wayne interview and then being mad because he says some shit that you disagree with when it comes to Black Lives Matter? I'm sorry, I just can't get that riled up. If this was Talib, okay. If this was Common, okay. Even if this was Jay, okay, I might be a little annoyed, but it's Wayne. Wayne is known for doing this kind of shit, so I'm good.
I wasn't surprised at all when I saw it. I was like, all right, well, people going crazy for is Lil Wayne. Like,
What you said, I think, makes the most sense. I think he was just being smart ass because he was mad,
'Cause
or
he was
whoever
mad.
said that.
About the
I
daughter.
think
I think he was just mad because they said something about his daughter. I think that's all it
Because
is.
it went left, like, because everything seemed fine. It seemed like it was going to be a pretty good interview.
Yeah, it
They
did.
had all of this back, 3 years of backstory. Like, bro, like Lil Wayne is big, and Lil Wayne does a whole bunch of stuff. So to have all of that, and then the interview's going this way, then it takes that turn with the daughter question, and then the Black Lives Matter thing. He checked. It was a wrap.
I think this is kind of moot then, because I think he was just trying to be a dick to piss the interviewer off.
But if that's the case, why won't you come out later and say that?
He
Because he's
told
Lil
her.
Wayne.
Yeah, he told her, he was like, yeah, you crazy as
He
shit.
did say that.
Yeah, which I was like, what the
He was like, you, not all of y'all.
Not the audience, you.
Yeah.
That completely
So
makes sense.
I do have an update. So he has apologized for his Nightline comments, according to TMZ, and it goes back to what you guys were saying. He said that he became agitated after the interviewer asked if he'd have any problem with his daughter being called a bitch or hoe while discussing his explicit lyrics. From there, there was no thought put into
That's it.
So what else was they talking about then?
Wait, what's the last part you said?
From there, and this is a quote from him, from there was no thought put into her questions and my responses, he told
That's what it
TMZ.
seemed like.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, so y'all are right. You know what? Okay, so now I got a problem. So my problem is not even with Wayne. Now my problem is with Nightline. So now I think y'all are a bunch of fucking assholes because y'all knew why he did that. So then why did y'all cut and snip that part and then try to air that like that's what he was doing?
And that was everywhere too.
So now I'm like, fuck Nightline, fuck ABC, fuck the fine ass interviewer, but not in a good way. That's bullshit.
But you already know, man. It's media. They want the story, and that's the story. Because everything else would have just been another Lil Wayne interview, even though he doesn't get to do a lot.
Painted that whole picture that what you and Roz saw,
people wouldn't have said that.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have killed.
Because people would have understood, like, oh well, yeah, I can see why that.
But they were gonna air the whole interview at some point anyway. So at some point we were gonna find out what really happened.
What made him
so
click.
now this is a moot point. So now all y'all that were mad at Wayne, now y'all look kind of stupid. Yeah, granted, what he said was still stupid.
Still stupid.
What he said was still stupid, but at the same time, I get it. He was mad. He was offended.
And this is why I said that you can't look to every hip hop artist as a socio-political figure.
No, you can't.
There's some of these guys. Let them just make their music, man. If they want to have an opinion, then let them have an opinion, and then let their actions stand behind those opinions. Like there are a whole bunch of activists that have done a whole bunch of stuff for a whole bunch of natural disasters.
I mean, but should we like hold him accountable a little bit though? Because like at the end of the day, this dude is a grown man. Like he's basically throwing a hissy fit on national television.
But he's a rock star.
His kid.
Yeah.
And he doesn't. I don't think he thinks of things the way we do. You know what I mean? Like his mind is on a different. It's a different place.
And his perception of reality is completely different than our perception of reality, dude.
He's spoiled almost. It's like
Exactly.
look where he came from.
13.
Right.
Exactly. Rapping,
Look where he
making
came
money.
from. Look where he's at. He's a billionaire.
I just feel like it's a better way to handle that situation. Like, look, man, I don't want to answer those questions. Can we move on to the
No,
next?
he could have done that, yeah.
but
it was extreme.
I'm just
But here's the thing,
saying.
though.
For Lil Wayne. Exactly. This was calm. For Lil Wayne. Wait, remember that other interview where he was like, he can't save you.
Oh, yes.
He could have done that.
Yeah, he threatened the person that was doing the interview.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, it could have been a lot. This was good for Wayne. At least he just made jokes.
Rock stars don't handle things normal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They blow things up. It might be one little thing. And then you look at him throwing the chair. Exactly.
They don't have to handle things normal. They're not us.
They don't.
They don't have repercussions for shit like that.
Exactly. Everything that he wants is catered to.
Right.
Like, yo, I want this, I want that, I want this specific chair for this interview. I don't want her to wear yellow. You know what I'm saying? Like he has requests like that, bro. Like that's different.
Yeah.
Right.
But see, now that we know that that's what happened, now it's almost funny that he said Black lives do matter, especially to my bitches. Now it's funny. Now,
I missed that part.
that's the best part.
He was like, my life matter, especially to my bitches.
Right, because that's part of what stirred him up in the first place.
Exactly.
Because
Right.
the whole bitch comment. About
And see, at first, that was the shit that people were like, what a fucking asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Now, sorry,
the whole context
PC
of it-
culture, now I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
In the whole context of the interview now,
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Hey.
Yeah. Knife Wonder.
What did Knife do?
He just riled up Twitter. But here's what he said. He said, I'm lost. Everybody mad at Lil Wayne for his interview, but when a rapper talks black empowerment in their raps, y'all don't like it. Wayne's comments were off base. A majority of black folk need to take that same criticism towards that and apply it to what's on air. The interview is a byproduct of the music we've been consuming heavily for quite some time. Saying the two don't relate is nuts. His interview was no different from your radio dial or what you request the DJ to play. It's just missing a catchy hook and beat.
That's wrong. What did he say was wrong? Except the first part about, when people talk about black issues. I mean, you got Kendrick right now. You got
Killer
J.
Mike.
Cole. You got. I'm talking about
Killer Mike.
Marshall.
Yeah.
But like Kendrick, yes. But there's not like a lot of rappers right now that are doing that. But I don't have any issue with what Ninth Wonder said.
You say nothing wrong.
If Wayne was serious, that would be what a lot of these. You think Lil Yachty would have answered that shit any differently? You think Young Thug or
the majority of them
He already
Lil
answered a
Durk or
question
any
like
of
that
them?
too. He said something like, "We don't worry about black lives, man. We out here getting money, getting icy or something."
See?
Who said that?
See,
Young Thug.
It's just like news reporters.
Yeah.
They've been doing it since the beginning. Like they go to the most ignorant ass person they can find
Yeah.
to say some dumb shit
They
on
find the
camera.
dude with a shower cap on with 2 teeth
Right.
and say, "What happened?"
Right.
What the happened, fool? We trying to find the leprechaun.
Right.
Who seen the
Hide your
leprechaun?
kids.
Say, "Yeah."
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yep.
All I know is I was gonna fry some chicken and I just heard this big loud noise like bang, and I just ran outside to see what was going on.
Oh my God, it's a fire!
Oh my God, it's a fire.
And then the smoke got me, and I got bronchitis.
I ain't got time for that.
That's what they look for, dog.
And I think now that we know what happened, it kind of changes
Yes.
the conversation a little bit. So, it's like when seeing people are upset at the time, people I think do have a right. I think they can be upset at Lil Wayne for saying those type of comments on air, in spite of the music. You know what I'm saying? So I see where he was going with it, and I understand slightly, but at the same time, there's your music, and then there's real life. And we're black people losing their lives.
Right. That's why I said, man, like I get that he's a superstar, rock star, whatever you want to call him, but I mean, you have kids, you have family members, you have a mother. Like, you got to represent for somebody. And he says that all the time. He said, that's my world, that's my nation, that's
his
my
reaction
whatever.
to his daughter, the question about his daughter, was a human reaction.
Exactly.
Yes.
He was like, hell no, ain't nobody gonna be calling my daughter out her name.
All right, well, I think that's it, man.
We'll wrap it up. Was he wrong or right?
I think he was wrong. I understand his reaction, but I still think he was wrong.
He could have handled it
answer
better.
the question that way.
He was just being Lil Wayne.
Oh, come on, man.
He was just being Lil Wayne.
Now that we got the full context of the interview, because based off the clip, I'm like, dude, it's Lil Wayne. But at the same time, you said it perfectly at the beginning. Dude, why people even care about what Lil Wayne is saying on these issues? So, yeah, FIFO, he's just being Lil Wayne. I agree, he could have handled it a different way.
Right or wrong, man? Right or wrong? Was he right or wrong? That was the specific question.
Is he right or wrong? He was Lil Wayne.
Because it ain't right or wrong. Like,
Why y'all don't want to say he right or wrong?
Gross spine,
because
people.
Like, damn, was he right or was he wrong?
No explanations, Ralph.
What do
He's
you
either
mean
right
no
or-
explanations? I think everything has some type of context to it. And I think Lil Wayne being a rock star,
Okay, he was wrong, okay? He was wrong.
Yeah, of course.
He was wrong.
He was wrong ultimately.
Yeah,
Ultimately, he was
if
wrong.
I'm looking at it from like my perspective, of course he's wrong. But it's not my perspective. It's Lil Wayne.
We've already talked about all that, though.
Okay, yeah,
we
from my
already talked
perspective,
about
yeah,
the
he's wrong.
He
context.
has a point. It's not his perspective.
Yeah,
I get that. Because I agree with
like
Ralph
that.
for the most part. He was wrong in what he said, but when we look at the entire story and the context, I understand.
Right.
I would have probably threw a fit and might have said some stupid shit too and not thought about it. That's all that happened. Wayne was not trying to insult Black Lives Matter. He was trying to insult that particular
Exactly.
Like you said,
interviewer.
human reaction.
Which is why he took that and directed it directly to her. He applied it directly to her. Like, if you care about something like that, then you crazy. You. Not him, you.
Yeah,
right.
So, yeah.